Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Shem Hashad, double on to the Apostle JMS. This is now Allah coming at you in the video. In this video, I'm going to focus on the book of Romans, the 8th chapter, the 18th verse. Let's get right to it. This is the Apostle Paul speaking. He says, For I reckon, let me start from verse 17. And if let's start from verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. That's right, through the scriptures, the prophecies, it shows that we are the children of Yahweh Shem Hashah. What's written bear witness with our spirit. You fit the prophecies that we are the children of Israel. And if children, then heirs. If we're the children of Israel, then we're heirs, right? Heirs of the Most High and joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. Joint heirs to the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be established on earth. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. So if we suffer with him, we're going to be glorified together. So guess what? We got to suffer with Yahweh Shah, that we may be glorified, because then Yahweh Shah himself had to suffer. He suffered the cross, didn't he? He went through temptation, didn't he? And guess what? We're going through the cross figuratively now. We're going through temptations as well. Right? For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy. It's going to speak about how Shah said, if they hated me, they're going to hate thee, right? See? We're going to have to suffer like Yahweh Shah. That's written in the scriptures. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So we got to take that into account. The sufferings that we're going through presently, in this current time, it's not to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So, what we're going through now is no comparison to what we're going to get. And the reason I'm doing this video, because you got brothers that have been in the truth for years, and different things might happen, and you're saying that Yahweh Shem Hashah, when you're going to destroy this place, when you're going to get us out of here, when you're going to get us out of here, you know what I mean? We want to get the hell out of here, man. We want to get to the kingdom, but we got to deal with this BS, meaning this kingdom. And it's good to speak about that. We joint heirs and suffering Yahweh Shah. The Yahweh Shah says, servant is not greater than his master. If they hated me, they will hate thee. I mentioned that earlier. So Yahweh Shah had to go through it. We got to go through it. Alright. 1 Peter 1:6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be. Ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. So we ain't going through great heaviness, great sorrow. Going through manifold temptations. Manifold meaning manyfold, multiple, various, different temptations. It could be money, it could be, women, it could be, your job. It could be anything, whatever it is. We go through manifold temptations. We in the flesh, and being that we're in the flesh, we're going to be tempted. So we're going to be tempted, but through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Hashah, we have to not fall into temptation. Didn't the scripture say that in Matthew 6th chapter? And lead us not into temptation. You know what I'm saying? Verse 7. That the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth. So the trial of our faith, the testing of our faith, is more precious, of greater value than gold that perisheth. Though it be tried in the fire. So you take gold, you put it in the fire, you heat it up. Why? Because you got to get rid of the dross. DROSS, which is the unwanted metals. Like, for example, like tin, aluminum, and whatever other metals that's in it. Because when you heat up these different precious metals like silver, gold, the dross, all those other unwanted metals, they'll melt out when you heat up the gold and the silver to a certain temperature. So that's a trial. You're testing the gold by doing that. So our faith is like gold that perisheth. The gold has to go through the fire to be made pure gold. Got to be put in the fire, and all of those unwanted metals got to be removed by that heat, so you can get pure gold. Well, guess what? We got to go through the fire too to be proven to be gold as well. But the gold that we're going through isn't actual literal. The fire we're going through isn't actual literal fire. It's figurative. That fire represents affliction, hardships, whatever it may be. Though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua. So though we're going to go through this fire, we're going to go through these temptations, go through these different trials and tribulations that we got to go through. It's going to be met with honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua. Because when Yahushua returns, those men who have gone through that fire and have endured to the end, guess what? They're going to be delivered. Quick precept. Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. There you go. So we're going through a furnace of affliction. A different kind of furnace. A different kind of furnace than actual gold. That's basically the point of that scripture. Let's get another one. I'll keep reading. Whom having not seen ye love. So it says that the trial of your faith being much more precious, of greater value than of gold that perisheth. So you put the gold through the fire, you get pure gold. That's real precious, great value, right? But the trial of our faith is greater than that, because the things that we're gonna get is gonna be greater than the materialistic possession. So the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua. There you go. Being delivered. Being, delivered by Yahushua when he comes back. Okay? Whom having not seen ye love, and whom though now ye see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory. There you go, right there. We haven't seen him, but we love him. Okay? Though we see him not, we believe. Ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. So that's the end of our faith, the salvation of our souls. So nobody's really been saved yet. You're saved in the end. You're saved in the end, receiving the end of your faith, even, or in other words, which is the salvation of your souls. So the end of our faith is the salvation of your souls. That's why we have to remain faithful until the end, so that we can be delivered, so that we can receive salvation. Okay, that's something that people, tend not to ever bring up. I mean, the salvation comes in the end, so nobody's really saved yet. And ultimately, we know that's talking about who? The elect of Israel. 2 Timothy 2:12. It says, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. So if we suffer, we're going to reign with him. So we suffering in this world, aren't we? But guess what? Though we suffering in this world, ultimately we're going to reign with him. That goes back to what we read earlier in Romans, the 8th chapter, being joint heirs. But if we deny him, he also will deny us. So you got to remember that's a flip side to that. If we deny him, he's going to deny us. So we got to maintain our faith to the end. Time might come when you might feel a little weak. You might think to yourself, hey, is it all worth it? I'm giving up this, I'm giving up that. I had to go through this, I had to go through that. Got to come out every week, teach, got to do shows, do this, that, third. Is it all worth it? That's what you're thinking. That's what you may be thinking. Of course it's worth it. Scriptures tell you what we're going through is nothing compared to what we're going to get, right? Okay. 1 Peter 5:10. But the power of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by the anointed Yahushua, after that ye have suffered a while. So after we suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. And that's what's happening. We're suffering, but we're being made perfect. Established, strengthened, settled. Okay? So we got to endure for a while. But guess what? That's going to make us stronger. So just keep these scriptures in mind, man. Got another scripture. Romans 4:17. Romans 2 Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not. So, but though our outward man perish, our outward man perish. Our outward man perish. We get weak physically. Our outward man perish. Yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So the inward man is renewed day by day, man. We're getting stronger and stronger in the spirit day by day. So though we may be perishing outwardly, we're growing in strength inwardly. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment. So this light affliction is minimal. It's minute. It's light. But it's but for a moment. And it's only for a moment. It's momentary. It's a momentary thing. It's temporary. Worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So the affliction is light. And it's but for a moment. But we're going to get a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So a light affliction and eternal weight. A light affliction, eternal weight of glory. A light affliction is for a moment, which equals an eternal weight of glory. So notice the affliction is for a moment, but we're going to get is eternal. We're going through a light affliction, but we're getting an eternal weight of glory. So it's giving us comparing a light affliction to an eternal weight, a momentary light affliction. So what we're going through is something temporary, and it's light, but we're going to get something that's eternal and greater and a greater weight of glory. So we're going to receive is going to be far greater than what we're going through in comparison. You know? It's like a person going to work. They know they're getting paid a lot of money. It might take you an hour and a half to get to work, but you're making $50 an hour. You're like, listen, man, I'll take that hour and a half train ride. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing compared to what I'm getting in return. You know what I mean? While we're looking at the things which are seen, we're not looking at the things that's seen, things that surround us. These things are temporary. They're going to be here now. They're going to be gone when America is destroyed by way of thermonuclear destruction in the coming Third World War. Because America is Babylon the Great. While we look not at the things according to the scriptures. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. So we aren't looking at things that are seen. The thing that is seen is going to tell you, for the things which are seen are temporal. They're temporary. But the things which are not seen are eternal. See that? The things which are seen are temporal. Remember that. So everything around us is temporary. So we don't place great stake in these things. These bodies are temporary. But the things which are not seen are eternal. That's the kingdom of heaven. We don't see it, but when we get it, it's going to be eternal, man. So let's keep these things in mind. So with that, I'm going to close. I'm going to say, oh, praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Double Nazi, Apostle GMS. I'm going to learn something. Shalom.